this is Kurt the Boat Doctor down here at the beautiful bay right across from the chip pile. There's the railroad, North Bend Bridge, wind's coming up. You can tell fall's in the air. Got everything's working back here. I'll just go through a recheck. I've already done this once, but this is the final check. I noticed the hydraulic steer still ain't bled like it should be, and I'll show you that later. I don't know if he needed to go to the Apollo system to get it to read on here. That's up to the customer and the sales guy, and the gauges to run on there, which I could care less because that's what I got this for, so I wouldn't even be concerned about that. Everything's set. Now, when you shut these things down, you need to hit the radar off, go to options, close out, and just give it some time. Close. So, okay, so, hit the power button, disable all sonar, so if you're on land, it doesn't, so they're stopped and it says disabled. So if your sonar ain't working, it's disabled, and I'll show you how to start that up again. Close out of here, hit the power button, power, and it says turn off system, and that's going to turn off all the systems. Okay, now the heater, what you want to do on that, you want to hit this button until it highlights down here, hold it long to stop, and it says stopping. Now don't turn off the battery switch, okay? You can turn this off, but don't turn the battery switch. It'll throw it into a fault code, and then you'll call me. So other than that, the wire loomed up there, that looks a lot more sanitary. Pitch props, perfect on here, 6100. Really trimming it up manually. I got your auto trim set to just at 61 if you have it max throttle, so you can't over rev it. So then when we're floating out here, this live well switch is on, courtesy cab lights, nav lights, wipers work, horn works, valve bilge works. Okay, so now I'm drifting here. Now the key's got to be on here. These got to be in neutral to use this back here. So now there's your lights. There's your anchor light up there. There's your courtesy lights. This one right here, and for this light. Now I am going to try this here. Floodlights, see how long that thing's going to last. They said yeah, they're on. So we'll see how long that takes. Hopefully that's fixed where it doesn't blow that breaker. Okay, so I come back here, then this has to be on for the motors to even start. If this ain't on, the front ones ain't going to start either. Hit the port, hit the starboard. They're running. It takes a few seconds for that to spit water out. Then if any doubt, you look up the gauge up front, and it's neutral, both of them are running. Spitting water. There's your fish box. It works. Live well, that works. Steering, like I say, here's how you can tell. If I got to turn a lot, you go slow. We got to turn a lot for that thing to move. See how I'm turning. The motors ain't going. They still need to bleed that. And then if I want to get out of trouble, I just bump this. You can go to station, hit that one, bring this one back until it just starts moving, and bring this one ahead. And if you want to help it, turn it a little bit, hit this one on. That should turn them all on. Then when I get where I'm going, I can bring this back into neutral. Come back up here, hit the station button, single lever, hit that, turn the radio on, and then I'm going to put these on auto pitch, auto roll. You got to wait a few minutes sometime until this green icon comes on here. Now it beep, that's loading satellites. That's shutting off. So nav lights, cab lights, courtesy lights, live well, floodlights off. I'm going to leave those on for a while just to see what happens. Everything else works. Tack works fine. You got a little icon up here. Now I'm going to go bring this back. I'm going to go to trim assist as well. Turn on the radio. And again, you don't need this to read. You got everything right here. I mean, that's just, I use that. You should basically use this for navigation. You know, you can, your radio's right here. your gauge is right here, and I wouldn't want that on there. It's neat to say, hey, look at me, I got it up here, but you're using this for navigation. Here's your instrument cluster here that tells you how many gallons you used. Trim assist is on, trip, how far you went. So trim gauge, tax, forward. If I go here, neutral, reverse, forward. Okay. So then we're going to go low voltage. So there's still a little low voltage going on here. Scan, all, clear. I'm going to hit weather. Yeah, get out of that. Scan. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to charge all these batteries up. Go all. Okay, so I got auto, pitch, roll on. I got my trim on. As you can see right here, auto trim and one lever control. Then this here, green. Now you'll notice no radar on there, so just touch, hit this button right here, the radar will come on. Hit this and that centers you. Now these ain't on, it says transmission disabled. Hit the power button, enable all the sonars, close, and it'll bring you right back. So now your sonars are going to start working. There they go. You got your radar overlay working now. I'll zoom in on this a little bit. We're over in the shallows, so we need to get over this way. So now, single lever, trim, and auto on your trim tabs. You'll see these start to work up. Give them some time. Probably when it gets to 5,000. And I'm going to wait. Yeah, see they're moving automatically. The trims automatically 12 or 15% on that side to keep it level. Wide open. 5,900, 6,061. So that way with that auto trim, that will avoid you on your motor trim. And then when you go down, this is going to trim your trim tabs down right here. So then auto trim you can shut off, single lever here, leave these on, but I'm going to kick these off. Now I'm going to hit it again, hit it. Now I'm going to trim the motor. I'm going to start trimming up as high as I can first. Then these are all the way down. I'm going to bring them up. Switch this over. I'll dial it in right here. There you go. 6,061. I can trim it up a little bit more, over trim it. There you go. Now we're going to slow down. We're going to bring these back to 0, 0, 0. I'm manually doing that. I'm going to manually trim these things down because I took it off a trim assist. Then I'm going to bring this over here. We know we're hitting our R's. We're going to check our fuel right here. Bathroom worked. I'll show you that. Again, you got a little rust right there. Right there is a good cruising speed, 15. So straighten the boat out. You can use your auto trim if you want. I didn't see that sucking any more gas actually. So about 32 miles an hour. Then 39 at 23, that's awesome, 40. Okay, so then we're going to leave that on auto. We're going to go down to get that off a single lever. Then what we're going to do is shut the starboard motor off. I'm going to bump this into gear. Now what I'm going to do is go back to here, make sure my trim's down all the way. Right here. Trim, oh, see how the trim's up all the way down? I'm going to bring that. Oh, it's on pitch and roll. That's how you can do the automatic, adjust it more or minus. So there you go. Turn that off. Turn that back on again. Okay, so now we're at 100. We're going to hit this. You know what? I'm going to kick that off because I really don't need that. And I'm going to trim this to 0. There you go. Trim down. One. Okay. So now this one's down, right? So you want to trim that one up until it flashes. There, that's up. So starboard motor's off, port motor's on, trim tabs all the way up, trim all the way down on your motors. Once I get to 17 miles an hour, there you go. I know it will plane the boat. Now I'm going to start trimming that motor up. Right about there. Then I'm going to level it off with the trim tabs. Then I'm going to trim it up a little bit more. Level the boat. Now I can go to auto if I want. One motor, 38 miles an hour. Pretty cool. So I'm going to ditch the auto off, bring her back down just in gear, just like that. Now I'm going to trim this motor down before I start it. I'm going to trim that down, fire that one up, go back, go to single lever. Now when you go in here again, now if you leave it here, I can hit this one. I can deactivate the gear case. 90%, 80%, 60%. You'll hear that gear case drop. You'll see these going into neutral. They're neutral. We're doing 4.66. Now they just kicked in again. Now you can go up. And once you get up to 750, that's RPM cruise control. And that goes up to about 1,450 RPMs. And we're at 7 miles an hour, so you could almost tune off of those. And as soon as you put it in gear, it kicks it off. Okay, so the only other thing I didn't think I showed you on this. Now I'm back in here, so I can go to single station, single lever, put it in gear. Okay, everything's working back here. Go like this. So now I got my throttle back here and I got my steering back here. You take the toilet up here, that puts water in and holds it. And I can see out through there. And that sucks it out. See, and then it'll hold it in there to dump it, go like this. Just to flush it, go like this. Okay, that's about it. Then you got to bring this back into here, get that off a single lever. Then you can go up front. You can just go ahead and go this, single lever, put it in gear, go. All right, so the only thing I see, and I don't think it's a big deal, is the stereo and the gauge. I would not have the gauge hooked up there. The stereo I can live without because it's right here. So the steering definitely needs bled. Because if you steer it, I'm steering like a bandit and those motors ain't going anywhere. So then when I go back, I look at how far I'm turning this before those motors are turning. So that needs bled. See, I'm turning. Then put it in gear, go. Then if you want to go over there, let me see if your compass is right. That should be about 175, right to that marker up there, 175, right on the money. So then I can go here, hit your cruise control up to 1450. There you go. So that lifts you, and I'll say I want to go down to about 5 miles an hour. I'll get down to 800. There's 700 RPMs, 5.72. So we're doing it. All right. So bleed the steering, wash it up, and it should be good to go. Fans work. Got your electronics set. Again, there's fish in here inside of this. A lot of bait right there. You can see right there. It's on the left and right. Okay, Boat Doctor out.